Guys, let's try this again. Like my previous video, we're going to go over in PostMan our database collections and the tests we run with each one that successfully goes through. Okay, so our first one is fighters from our MMA collection. Here is our test. I did a few more here than the other ones. All of them have minimum of 3, but this one has more because I was just learning everything. As you see, we have our query request here with our filters and ranges and pagination and such like that. Let's go ahead and run that one first, just for an example. As you can see, we're looking at age that's greater than 20 and an age that's less than 40 and page 2. So let's send that off. And here is our results of fighters. As you can see, all of them's under 40, but over 20. It's page 2. We could do page 1. There's our other fighters. So the sort and filter, we could do sort by age. And as you see, it'll sort it by age. The sort, ranges, filters, everything works. We've got all our tests is okay. As you can see here, arrays, fighters, the age property, the name property, none of that's empty. We got our list here. If we just wanted to get the whole list with no special features, we can do fighter, and here it is. Alright, so let's move on. Let's do get fighter by ID, and we'll pick this one right here. Let's put in the ID up here. And with these tests, you have to align it with the same thing to get the correct response. So we're going to do these. Get the description. And let's send that off and see if we can bring up that fighter ID. True, here is the information. Let's check our test. The body contains expected fighter. The body contains expected description, 200. As you can see, that all passed. Alright, so let's go to post. Now let's say we're going to post a new fighter, Jim Miller, age 40. Here is our test. Once again, you want to make sure your values are the same for the test subject. And let's send that off. Alright, there we go. Here's the new ID. We'll grab that for future. Jim Miller, and we can verify that through Mongo. Let's go into our fighters here. We scroll down. Let's see if we can refresh this list. And there we go, Jim Miller. Okay, let's move on to updating that fighter. Let's put in his ID here. We're going to update it to 42. Here's our test. Let's go ahead and run that. Successfully changed. We can verify it over here in Mongo. 42. And the body contains the updated fighter, updated age, 200. Alright, now let's do our delete fighter. Got the ID up here. Now once we send this off, we shouldn't get anything response back because there's no data left to send back. So we'll send this off. No data back. Response has no data. Response body is empty. And as we refresh our list here, no more Jim Miller. Okay, so those are all basics. Here is our range with filters and pagination and sort, getting all fighters. As you can see, here's our test. We're going to go ahead and run it. And as you can see here, here's our sorted fighters list. Page 2, let's do page 1. As you can see, that works as well. Let's do descending order. So let's do minus age. There you see it switched it up. All those work. Let's go back through here. Alrighty, so we got one. There we go. That's why that didn't pass, because we were doing descending age, and I've got this built for just normal age assortment. But as you can see, they all pass. So let's move on to our leagues now. Now it's the same concept, almost the same test, just to verify basic things here. So let's get all of our leagues. As you can see, here's our list. Every test passed, the array sent back, non-empty name, non-negative age. So let's do get league by ID. Let's get us a league ID here. We'll do UFC. Go ahead and do this. Remember, you want to match up all your values. And they're 33. Let's get that description. There's that. Here is the description. A bit too much there. Let's fix this. There we go, fix that. So make sure your values line up. We're going to pull this one from the list by ID. As you can see, it pulled it successfully. Let's see what we didn't have right. I don't think the ID is correct. No, it's not. Let's line up. You got to have all the values correct here. There we go. So it got the expected league ID, the expected name, age, location, and description. Alright, so let's post a new league. Let's make sure it's not already existent. Okay, it's not. So let's do our new league here, rough and rowdy. We're going to have some typos just to make sure here. Make sure your values line up. Let's send that new post. Alright, so it successfully created it. It gave its ID with typos and all. There's the timestamps. As you can see, response is created, resource ID, response has all properties, 200's okay. So let's fix those typos. Alright, so here's that ID, rough and rowdy. Want to have it down to 20. Appalachian, fix the typo. So let's try to send this off now. Okay, so now you see, fix the typos, fix the age, have the timestamp for that, and body contains updated league, updated age of the league. Okay, so now let's delete this league. There we go, and these are going to be simple, same as the fighters. You're not going to get any response back, but we can verify it over here in our database on Mungo. Let's see, there's rough and rowdy now. We're going to do this to send off to be deleted. No response. Response body has no data. Response body is empty. So let's verify it over here in Mungo. As you see, that league no longer exists. And finally, like the last one, here's our pagination and sorting. Select age. You can do anything on here. Here's our test. We're going to do age that's less than 30 but greater than 10 and sort it by the age then name on page 1. And there you go. So we got two, one championship and the PFL. And this works for each. Like I said, you can do just the sorting. You can do, you can just sort it. There you go. So, and let's see here. Our test failed because we did different things, but let's undo all of that and we'll see that it passes again. There you go. And it's because it's looking for, should be leagues. Let's change that real quick. Let's do this. There we go. Leagues between 20 and 34 years old. Once we get back into just normal searching, that test will fail because you're not trying to narrow down the 20 to 34. But now they all pass, and here's your list. And that completes our whole collection of our API testing and database.